I wish I knew what I was going to say when I pressed the button here, but every time it's a bit of a blah. But I've got to share a few thoughts. I've come to the absolute conclusion that why we're here is we are each individual aspects of God. These little soul fragments, and we're here to just express our soul without stepping on the souls of other people, without causing damage. You know, using the motto, do unto others as you wish done unto you. And that's our birthright. And if you look at what we're in the worst, cruelest slavery factory imaginable, and they want to screw the screws really tight now, right, and get under our skin, and it's already unbearable for some of us, right? Other people, I see them as the grey people. They're like, this thing is like a soul sucker, you know. You get, we're all in Rome, by the way, if you hadn't noticed. It is the Roman machinery, the Roman state is that death machine. It's anti-life. It's cruel. And it just got me thinking today that the fact they've pinched all these obelisks from Egypt, right, and planted them all over the world, I think they need to go back to Egypt. I really do. I think they've done something. All right, we know our body is the measure of the earth, right? Man is the measure of all things, because our body, our proportions equal to the, you see it in the Vitruvian man. They are proportionate to the pyramids in Egypt, who have encoded in them the distance from here to the moon, to the sun, the circumference, the sizes, all the rest of it. And the same code is in us. So we are the measure of all things here. And there's energy flowing through us in the same way as there's energy flowing through the earth. And we are in the cocoon of the sun. So we're within the bubble, the aura, if you like, of the sun, the whole solar system, all the planets, we're all in it. And in the same measure, our bodies are in this energy field that we produce. And the earth has one, and every living thing here has these energy fields, even the stones of everything. And where am I going? Right. So if we go to an acupuncturist and we have acupuncture, we rewrote, we can heal streams of energy in our body, right? The nervous system is like, it's the nadis, the Indians called them, the rishis. It's the energy system of the body. And the earth has the same. It's called the ley lines. Now, what are they doing, sticking all these needles into Mother Earth, right? Think about it on an energetic level. Not only have they moved the needles, Cleopatra's needle, I wonder why it's called a needle, and we make acupuncture on our bodies, and what have they been needling in Egypt that they took away and diddled with it somehow, because they've diddled with power. And you know, everything is square as well. Have I finished that thought about the pyramids and all of that? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? With the windmills, they send low frequency ELF waves across the globe. It's like you can't hear them, but you can feel them. People get sick who live near them, right? I've got a whole battery of the flipping things behind me, and since they've been up, I've been having palpitations. Now I wonder, is that something to do with them going at this ultra low frequency that travels around the globe, which is why all the bloody everything that uses echolot is going nuts. The dolphins, the whales, all of that lot. I've recently read that somewhere in some place they're starting to take them away again and forbid them. I don't know where that was. Maybe I've just dreamt about it. I don't know. But that needs to happen. It's like going and acupuncturing the earth. And then Rome, you know, the taxation system, all that shit. So you pay your taxes all your life long, so the state can exist and rule over you. So you're financing the rulership of, and all these bureaucrats, they're being trained in little box houses from when they were little. They get shoved into little box houses. You know, the roll call in the morning, and you all line up, and, you know, class 1A, you go first, chup, 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 like little soldiers, right? And then you march into the factories, you march into your offices, and you sit there all day coming up with more crap of how to torture your next of kin. When we were in tribal, when we lived like the tribes, we had family connection. There were no children unattended. There were no elderly sitting alone in some place. Now we're outsourcing all of these gifts of love from the heart. We're outsourcing them to the state, which needs you to do that so it can live, you know, like an octopus sucking the life out of everything. And you think you own something, and then by the end, when you die, you've got to pay another tax on that, as if you haven't paid enough taxes on it, as if you haven't sold away your lifeblood, your energy on that death pledge called mortgage for 30 years. And then they tell you, well, you don't really own it because you got to pay when you hand it over. So don't you dare get mobile, don't you dare get rich. Don't you dare climb up the ladder. We need to keep you down so we can rule over you. And the bringing in of foreigners to then conscript them to fight their wars for them, because the natives have been turned by the bread and circuses into, you see where I'm going with this? That was a Roman thing. They brought in from abroad and stuck them in their little armies. Söldner, I don't know what. The Brits did it with the Swiss Guards when they fought the Americans. And the sick buildings they stuff their little slaves in, yeah? And now they're counting the sheep, and they're looking, oh, the sheep have degenerated a bit here. I think it's time to flush a few down the plug hole, make light. So, well, now we don't need all these food factories anymore, so let's just set fire to a few, because soon the numbers will drop radically. And meanwhile, the little sheep have been pumped with all the shit in school. You're free. The state is good. And now you've been born here, and we give you a little label, and now you're German. And this is your state. And you must be loyal to the state. Aren't the Americans, you poor, poor little souls. Oh, ho, 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 every morning. I think, did they stop that of late? And now you want to hold on to it, as if, what are you defending exactly? What are you defending? Like you want to hold on to the Roman slave system. We need to defend the system. We need to defend this now against the even more evil bastards, as if it wasn't shit before. So why you want to even defend it? Or should we just step back and watch this whole shit show go down for them? And then go back to what we were born to do. Express who and what we are, and we belong to the earth. That's our birthright. You don't end up here by accident. You've been made from this place. You're standing on so many generations of people who lived before you, without whom you wouldn't be here. And each of them is different. The variety, the different ways this place wants to experience itself, whatever the hell it is. I don't care anymore. It's a he, it's a she, it's a this, it's the ineffable, okay? It's ineffable. We can't explain it. That's why it's called ineffable. But you're part of that. So when are you going to wake up and stop voting your power away? You give them a mandate to rule over you. All right, we need to pay taxes. We do. I don't know. I was born at a very specific place in Germany. And I think it's implanted this particular spirit in me. There's a border crossing near the Teutoburger Wald where there was the battle between the Roman lines and the North Germanic people. And under Arminius, they fought and killed 4 battalions, and Rome never forgave us. They have long memories, these guys, as well. And don't forget, the virus perpetuates itself in the heads of the people. And then, because they're also unaware of their spirit, they then take pleasure out of getting a bit of power. Because I just got a bit of power. I can tell all the people now, you can't come in this shop from that side. You got to come in here and then go out there. Hitler, 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 Hitler. That happened to me. It completely freaked me out. And we still haven't digested this. We haven't talked about this. We haven't. People are so traumatized now. We have to remember we're spirit, and we have to use our spirit and our imagination for entire countries and see them coming back to their senses. And not stop speaking the truth, because this system is inhuman. It's anti-life. It doesn't just destroy the human being, it destroys the earth in the process, because we're linked. You can't destroy one without the other. It goes both ways. We have to find our way back home. Back to the ancestors, quite frankly. Way, way back. Before Rome. Because Rome must fall. It's a cancer on this planet.